everyone, welcome to our last week in June. So we have focused on the vision, our what, over the last 2 months, and we are going to shift into our planning next month. But in order for us to be in a good place to start writing out our plan, we have to finish our backwards design. So when we're talking about backwards design, we have taken our vision, we've broken them into goals. Now, the last 2 weeks, I gave you two different ways to think about how are you breaking down your goals into milestones or indicators to show success towards progress towards that goal. Well, those are still going to be pretty large chunks that you're trying to achieve something here, and then you're going to try to achieve the next thing here. So you have an indicator here, and then you have another indicator up here, or a milestone and a milestone, however you want to call it. However, there's work that happens in between here. That's what we're talking about this week. We're going to take those milestones, this first milestone, and we're going to say, how do I start where I'm at and then get to this first milestone? And then here's my second milestone. How do I start from here and get to this next one? It might look like the same steps. It might be more of a progression, like, hey, I want to lose 5 pounds to start with because that's a hard way to get started. But then maybe I'm not saying another 5 pounds. Maybe I'm saying 10 pounds the next time. What am I going to do in between here to improve upon the 5 pounds I lost here to the 10 pounds I'm trying to aim for here? So we're talking about breaking down those milestones into manageable tasks. Step by step, what am I doing to get there? And we want to make sure that we prioritize these in a sequential order that makes sense so that we don't have a bottleneck of like, I'm trying to do all of these things to make it happen. So when we talk about, like, for instance, let's talk losing weight the same way. We might want to do exercise and health, but which one am I going to prioritize? Usually, losing weight is more along the lines of changing our diet, more so than just the exercise. We need both, but which one needs to start first? That's what I would focus on, would be that, and then also incorporating that exercise next to it. But my priority is making sure I'm focusing on that meal prep, making sure I'm focusing on how I'm eating more than my exercise component, because which one, they both take time. If I only have time for one, I'm focusing on this and then this. So I want you to think about that when you're focusing on taking your milestones and breaking them down into steps, okay? And we're going to start, here's my milestone, here's where I'm at. What am I doing to get to here? Here's my next new bottom. Here's the next milestone. What am I doing to get from here to here? Okay, and so we're going to work on designing that, planning that out so that we have solid steps in place in order to write our plans. I look forward to working with you guys throughout the rest of the year. Don't forget, there is a free workbook that gives you activities to work through all of the weekly things we do throughout the month. It's something you get by signing up for my newsletter, free for you. I only do a monthly one, so you only get once an email a month, and you get a free workbook for it. So I hope that I can help you further with that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.